Hey everyone, it's Kanga here, and today I'm going to be talking about the brand new Party Royale mode in Fortnite. Now, there's a lot going on around here, and it's pretty crazy, so I can imagine if you're joining into this mode for the first time, it can be pretty overwhelming with what's happening. So what I aim to do in this video is basically just highlight some of the key things in this area, because obviously it's a pretty big map, and it can be pretty daunting at first. But yeah, guess I'm just going to cover like the important things. One of those things is that there are these vending machines across the map that spawn these paint launchers, as well as these actual paint grenades. And what you can do with these is you literally just shoot them at things, and then they become covered in paint. This also works on yourself. Apparently not with those, but if you shoot down on the ground, you can see my skin is now covered in orange paint. But yeah, the first thing that I want to talk about next, so not the first thing really, but this is the main stage. Now, the whole idea of Party Royale, there's no guns or materials, there's no building or sweating, is I guess the idea Epic's going with. And it's just somewhere that you can just, according to them, it's just you can chill with friends. But the main stage here is pretty loud. Hopefully you can still hear me over the music. But yeah, there's a projector on there which displays like all the loading screens. It just rotates through those. There's bouncers and stuff, there's holograms, there's lights. It's pretty hefty, so I'm gonna get away from that because I don't even know if you can hear me in any of that. But I want to go show you one of the cooler things about this whole mode. It looks like someone is actually okay. So I got out just in time, but there are these across the map, and what you can actually do with these is you can change your skin mid-map. So if I wanna suddenly, I've got all my little presets here. If I'm like, okay, I want to use the Chaos skin, the Chaos Agent, I can just click on that. Oops. What have I done? Oh, there we go. So you can see just like that, I've now got on the Chaos Agent outfit. And yeah, at least there's also these little maps which shows you where on they are, which I guess is pretty cool, but I mean you can kind of see the map as well. But here there's crash pads here, which obviously we all know what they are. There's also these boom, like they're like boomers but with plungers. They don't damage anything, they just kind of stick to whatever you shoot them at for a bit. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, for the rest of the stuff that I'll show you, I'm gonna have to cut to it rather than walking over because it'll take too long. But I'll head on over now to the Devourer's Revenge, I think it's called. And so before I go over there, actually I want to point out this rift. You can find this right near this lake here, and if you go into it, it'll actually, I'll show you, it opens up like this little time trial glider drop thing. But you can also obviously just use it as like a rift to get around the place. And I'm actually going to use this to go over here and show you the Kata skeleton. Now I'm sure most of you remember the big event towards the end of last chapter, where it was the mecha team leader fighting the big monster, and that skeleton was left on the map. And now for whatever reason it's here. It doesn't really have any functionality, but it's called the Devourer's Revenge, as you can see there in the bottom left. And oops, although again it doesn't have any functionality, it's pretty cool, and it's something I thought I'd point out because I feel like in the future it'll have some sort of storyline relation back to the old chapter and how everything is connected and whatnot. But yeah, that is the Devourer's Revenge. Now there are also these 3 stations across the map where you can get quad crashers from. They're literally vending machines that you interact with, and then it'll spawn a quad crasher in. These are pretty much the best way to get around, and you can actually drive them into the water. Like if I find it, fully underwater with them, which is pretty cool. One unfortunate thing though is, you know how you used to be able to fly through the air with the quad crashes? Well, you can't do that anymore. You can't like tilt backwards to aim yourself up and go higher in the air. I don't know why, but you just can't. It's really cool things like that. But yeah, I guess they kind of nerfed the quad crashes a little bit, even though this mode is all about fun. But yeah, that's it for the quad crashes. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to point out is the big screen. And at the moment, there's no real functionality of it. It's literally just what it says. It's just a giant screen. But I feel like in the future, maybe if there's events or if they do some sort of like featured videos, maybe for example, they like feature different Fortnite creators videos up there. That is possibly something they could do. Again, you've got another one of those changing stations. And there's a vending machine where you can get tomatoes, which you can throw, which is pretty neat. Now, for whatever reason in this area, the audio is bugged, so as you can see, like nothing is really, I guess not see, but you can hear nothing is really making any sounds. The reloading isn't making any sounds. The launcher, well, it's making a little tiny bit, like there's a tiny bit of sound there, but I'm sure that's because at some point they plan on showing things up on that screen. But yeah, that is the big screen, as you can see there. Now, a few things that I haven't mentioned yet that I just thought of all at once. One of them is that you can right click to focus. This is something that you could do in the Travis Scott event, but they've added it to this. I'm not sure if this is bugged at the moment or what's happening, but it's only making me look up. But you can kind of toggle to zoom in, which is pretty neat. There's also these time trial type things, which you can see on the map with the pink and purple icons. And probably one of the most important things I didn't mention is that there's actually glider redeploy available just everywhere. So as you can see me do this pretty slowly. I'm not going to do all the trials obviously because they're pretty self-explanatory, and you get an actual ranking at the end of these, and my rank is probably going to be pretty poor. As you can see there, I got a D rank, so that's not really the best. But as you can see here, there's another one of these rifts. Again, so I think actually the purple ones are the rifts. That'll open up into these massive glider drop ones, I'm guessing. So yeah, sorry for that, but the purple ones are the rifts, and the pink ones are the time trials that you have to start on the ground from. The next thing I wanted to point out is the pirate ship. This one doesn't have too much functionality, but it does have cannons on it, and also these targets which you can aim yourself towards. Now, I spent a while earlier trying, and hitting a bullseye does nothing. It took me many tries to actually be able to, but hitting the bullseye does nothing. Now, I've deliberately gone way over that here because pretty sure one of the last things I want to show you guys is this little soccer area here. Now, again, obviously the whole point of this mode is to be able to just smoke around with your friends and have fun. So obviously none of this stuff is like that competitive. Probably the most competitive you're gonna get is this soccer here. But you know, you can still imagine just, if you're not feeling like playing Battle Royale, you can just come here and just knock around with some soccer. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, you can see that the scoreboard does work. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this Party Royale mode. I think it's pretty interesting. I'm not going to spend too much time myself in it. Oh, I don't think I really pointed out too much, but that area over there where I started is called the Plaza. There's a bunch of like little shops. I don't think any of them you can actually like buy anything from. It's more just a few vending machines where you can get items from. Those blue things on the map is where you can get boats from, sorry, just like the quad crashes. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of the Party Royale mode. But otherwise, that's going to be it for this video. This is different from types of videos I normally do, but I hadn't really seen anyone make videos talking about this mode too much, so I wanted to do that for people who just perhaps weren't too sure what it was. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I will see you all next time. See ya.